Confirm or deny, the Florida Panthers cannot win this series without Matthew Tkachuk playing a bigger role in the final few games.
I'm going to deny it because he hasn't really had a big role so far, and they won the last couple games. I think it's more the goalie. If you said Bobrovsky's just average or something, I think the goalie is more important than Tkachuk. Tkachuk had a nice assist, but they caught the penalty killers tired off a 5-on-3.
That was a great pass.
It was a beautiful pass. McCabe was a little late on it. You could see his reaction on the play, but I think they were trying to sort it out because whoever came out of the box was really sprinting down on the play.
Was that Nyes
I think
that
it was
came out?
Nyes that went right to the puck, and I think they were trying to sort it out after that. And Tkachuk just zipped its seam. If you look at the one angle, McCabe puts a stick there. He misses it by 2 inches for the deflection.
Yeah.
But, ultimately, I'm more on the deny. I think the Panthers know what Tkachuk is at right now. I don't think he's at 100%. He's trying his best, but I think they feel they can do it without him.
I think it's 100% deny. I want to meld the two games. That's my idea for this.
Okay. You want to half Jerry, half deny? Jerry deny?
I like to bring in my own rules.
Jerry deny. Okay.
I just think they have so many different contributors. Like you look in the series, like you mentioned that third line. Like I was talking to Ray after game 1 maybe, and he was like, that Lundell, and he's right. Like he's going to be a star. And like you think of how they're set up, like Bennett's a free agent. Bennett maybe leaves, maybe doesn't, but like Lundell will just like step in, play more minutes. Yeah. Marchand's had a great series. That Luosterainen's been like kind of all over the place and involved.
Yeah.
You mentioned Verhaeghe. Like he hasn't gotten maybe super going yet. He can score. Like they just have so many different guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I would deny this, but I will. I think I would. I think I would confirm it if it was to win a Stanley Cup. Like to me, I just feel like when you look at what happened 2 years ago, when he got hurt, ran out of steam in the Cup final. That really fizzled their team out.
He's a top-tier player.
He's a great player that just isn't playing at that level, and I don't think he's capable of playing at that level. And I just don't know if maybe get through the Leafs, maybe. I don't know if you can get through 2 more series without him contributing more than he has so far.
See, I was thinking the same thing, actually. Different players, obviously different roles, but with Matthews, it's like, could they win this series if he doesn't score? Yeah, for sure they could. Can they win a cup, like if he's not scoring
he's
regularly?
On pace for 3 goals throughout the run?
Probably not.
But that's what you do is go, okay, we made it through. Like now you got it. What you do is you give yourself more opportunity.
For sure.
That's what it is.
That's it, man. Keep getting through and play, and your team gives you more time.
Right. Ask Connor Hellebuck. Game 7, right? He gets an opportunity. Now, they might be in one. Looks like Heiskanen's back.
Heiskanen is back, I believe, tonight, yes.
Yeah, so
that's a must-win for Winnipeg.
Well,
we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
All right, how about this? Confirm or deny, Auston Matthews needs multiple goals in this series to avoid taking serious heat.
To avoid taking serious.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Yeah, you can go.
Deny, depending on the outcome of the series.
Yep. If they win, everyone's happy anyway.
He can get a zero
that's
spot.
valid.
And they win in 6 or 7. Doesn't matter. Then we're having the conversation. Geez, you're going to need him in the next round.
Yep.
If he gets a 0 spot or not multiple goals and they lose, now heat.
Yes.
So I'm a deny on that.
Yeah.
I also would deny because he could score, maybe he scores 1 goal and it's the Game 6 series clinching goal and that's it and that's over.
Mm-hmm.
And like the conversation around him is so interesting because it's like, it is true. He does do a lot of really good things that aren't scoring. Like defensively, he's really good. He kills penalty. Like it's cool. He's not the highest paid player in the league because of all that stuff. He's the highest paid player in the league because he scores.
Right.
Like they need him to score now or later, right?
Yeah. Well, it's also just what he is capable of doing that no one else is capable of doing at that level. And again, there's no salary cap in the playoffs. So I don't really, I don't think it's as much about the money as it's simply about what is to be expected and what you have to do to help your team.
Right.
You're the.
But that's what I mean. Like I'm not. That's what I mean. Like
no, I understand.
He got the contract. Like that's what we talk about. He had 69 goals last year. I guess the question that like I would raise to that is he capable in like whatever condition he's in physically of being what you're talking about? Because it hasn't been that way the whole year.
But I would have a different viewpoint on that if in previous playoffs the guy was scoring at a ridiculous rate. He's never done it in his playoff career. this is year 9. He's not a kid.
That's
like
kind of
Austin's not a kid. He's a big boy.
1 year he had 5 goals.
He did. It's 18-19. He had 7 games, 5 goals, 1 assist, 6 points.
Yeah.
That was against the Bruins. They lost in 7. And he had that, he had a big series against Tampa a couple of years ago where he scored a couple of big goals.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that he hasn't scored goals. He's scored goals. It's that during the regular season, over the last 9 years, he scored more goals than anybody else.
Yeah.
And it's not even particularly close.
No.
And you look at him, and that's the point, is that come playoff time, yes, it becomes more difficult. I could accept, a percentage drop.
Right.
You drop 20% in the playoffs, just that much more difficult.
Right.
But it's a significant one. Like, again, he's got 3 goals in his last 20 playoff games. That's a 12-goal pace.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's a drop of how much? I mean,
60%.
Yeah, it's massive.
Well, in his career in the regular season, 0.64 goals per game in the regular season, and then in the playoffs, it's 0.38.
Yeah, so
That's
it's in half. It's cut in half.
Yeah.
Close. Again, I'll give you 20%, 25%, but it can't be cut in half.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point, is that he's got to find a way to prove that he can be a playoff goal scorer.
I think you make a good point. It doesn't have to be multiple goals. It just has to be the timing of something.
Sure.
If he delivers a big goal at the right time. It's like I'd say it all the time. Starting goaltenders, they're not going to be perfect. But if you make that save at the right time, that's what the team needs. And I think top players deliver at the time when the team needs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I think, what people are going, let's see what he...
Well, and look at Nylander. Like, that's kind of what he's been building, where it's like a big moment, you kind of think he'll be the one to score or he'll be the one to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the Leaf scale of things,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Like Aaron Judge doesn't get to the playoffs and they say, hey, just lay down a sack bunt every once in a while.
Well, remember how much heat he took last
Exactly.
year? Yeah.
You know why? Because he wasn't hitting home runs.
Right,
He wasn't
yeah.
slugging.
Yes.
Right.
Like if you're Aaron Judge, you get to the playoffs, you got to hit home runs.
Yes.
And big home runs.
And
Can't
then-
hit singles and say, hey, I'm all good. Like, that's great. Hit a couple singles, get on base, play defensively strong. Awesome. You got to hit home runs.
It was Forrest Gump that was knocking him out of the park there. Who's the other guy? Giancarlo.
Juan Soto. Oh, Giancarlo Stanton. You're right.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
mashing. He always does in the
He
playoffs.
couldn't get to first base, but he was...
Forrest Gump.
He mashes home
Remember?
runs.
Like, he could not run to first base.
And he's out the
Didn't
whole
he-
year, basically.
But he's got great playoff stats.
But didn't Alejandro Kirk, they did the stats of speed to first base, and Kirk was faster than Forrest.
Yes, I'm not
Then
surprised
Stanton.
by that. Stanton is... Because Kirk gets moving. He's not moving fast, but Stanton is so big
Yes.
and so... It's not,
He's got
it's not that
wooden
he's
legs,
uncoordinated,
like-
but yeah, he
No, but he looks
can't
like
move.
The Rock. Like, he's like just like a tower.
Yeah, he needs some oil. Like, it's just, there's no movement
The
there.
Tin Man running to first base.
Confirm or deny, Anthony Stolarz should start as soon as he's medically cleared.
Deny. And I think you got to be careful with what's going on. There are a number of steps you have to get past before you can return. So this is just one.
But that's what we're assuming here. Medically cleared.
But like you can't assume that every step he takes, he's not going to have symptoms, I guess would be my only thing.
Well, the only thing, like, he looks good in practice and all that.
Well, it wasn't even practiced.
Take a slap shot off the face or take a bump in the
Right.
crease. Like,
Yeah.
that's what you're avoiding to happen again, where he has not a relapse, another situation. We're calling it a concussion,
It's
right?
yeah, you can.
I mean,
yes.
it's an upper body. I don't want
It's a
to
concussion.
speak out of turn, but
They can correct the record if they want.
right. But another concussion, you have to be mindful of it. You just go, hey, it's a week and all of that. Because there's contact, there's incidental contact, all of that. He has to be comfortable with it for himself. The doctors have to be comfortable with it. You're right. It's a step. I'm going to deny it, though, because we don't know how the series are going. We don't know how Wool is playing.
But like, let's play it out. So like, let's say they advance, right? Woll obviously would play well enough to get through, right?
yeah.
So let's say it's the conference finals and it's like game 2 and Stolarz is back practicing. He feels great. He's ready to go. They're not starting him, right?
I don't know. They
He's
might.
not. He's not. I'm trying to think of a goalie. Like,
He's
I was
not
going to
a
say
Bob
Hellbauer.
He's not a
or Vessel.
65
You know
what I
game
mean? Like,
starter.
he doesn't have
He
the-
played less than Wool this year.
Yeah, like
he actually
you're,
played less
you're
games
sticking
than
with
Wool.
Wall.
But he
Like,
also earned it down the stretch.
100%.
And earned it in the playoffs.
And you shouldn't lose your job for an injury, but in the end,
It's a big boy sport. I get
exactly.
it. Like, no
And-
guarantees.
That's.
But then if Wall struggles in
I
game
think
2 of the
that's
conference
where-
finals, then it's like, oh, then game 3.
That's
it's
where
like,
you
who
go.
should
I'm
start?
denying it because I'm looking at the scenario of what does the team look like? How is he playing? Where are you at? That's the biggest thing. Not, hey, the minute he's medically cleared. This isn't a guy that you can just slide in and go, hey, let's put him on the fourth line and give
Play
him
him 10 minutes?
12 minutes. You're either in or you're out. So I'm denying it until, it's Wool's net until he falters or, there's a combination of two. I mean, Stuart Skinner got his net back because of an injury.
Yeah, and then he looked
Right?
great last night.
Well, you gotta-
Wasn't tested a ton, but
No, but
still
he-
did his job.
Well, good for him. I
Yeah, I
felt some nerves for him.
I thought the
yesterday.
Oilers were unbelievable last night.